Today's daf is Masechta Sota Daf Yadalad. We are on Daf Yadalad Amud Aleph, approximately 10-12 lines from the top, in the middle of a line by the dot. Some Gemaras have a dot. It says Va'amar Romer B'chama. Zak the Gemara, another mimer from Romer B'chama B'Reb Chanina. Va'amar Romer B'chama Chanina. My Dechsiv. This it says in Devarim, Perek Yud Gimel Pasuk Hey Achri Hashem Lekeichem Telechu. It's shaykh for a person to go after the Shechina. It says Dvarim Parak Daled Pasuk of Daled. Ki Hashem lekecha eish oich lahu. Hashem lekecha is like a fire. So how could he go after the Shechina? Elo zak the Gemara lahalach achar midos. It means to go after the hanhagis toivis of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Mahu mal b'sharum, just like Hashem is mal b'sharum. The Chesiv says Bereshis Perek Gimel Pasuk Chaval V'yatz Hashem lekim la'adam l'ishni katzes arvi al bishem. Afat ha'al b'sharum, you should clothe people that don't have clothes. HaKadosh Baruch Hu pikar cholim. HaKadosh Baruch Hu visits the sick. The Chesiv Bereshis Perek Ches Pasuk Al Vayirah Ilav Hashem B'Eloini Mamri. When Avram was sick, Machos Amila, Hashem came to visit him. Afat ha'bakar cholim. HaKadosh Baruch Hu nichem avelim. HaKadosh Baruch Hu was menachem avelim. The Chesiv Bereshis Perek Chafei Pasuk Al V'Hiach Hermos Avram V'Yivarach L'Kimus Yitzchak B'Noi, that he consoled Yitzchak on the death of his father. Afat Nachem Avelim. HaKadosh Baruch Hu cover Mesim. The Chesiv, it says in Devarim Parak Lamdal Pasuk Vav Yikaboy Sabagai Hashem burned Moshe and Gai. Afat the cover Mesim. Zok the Gemara Kos Noisor. This said it said that Yas Hashem Lekim La'adam L'Ishtei Kos Noisor. He made them shirts made out of skin or leather. Rav Shmuel's Machlokes Chadam and Davar Haba Min Ha'ar. Some say it's something that comes from skin, which is wool. The Chadam and Davar Sha'ar Nani Menu, something that the Ar is Nana from, which is Plishtim, which is close to the Ar, close to the skin. Zak the Gemara Darshim Samloy Darshan Torah Tchilas Gemilas Chasadim Sevi Gemilas Chasadim. Torah, beginning of Torah teaches us Gemilas Chasadim, and at the end it teaches us Gemilas Chasadim. Tchilasa it says Gemilas Chasadim the Chesiv Bereshis Perek Gimel Pasuk Chaval V'yas Hashem Lekim La'adam U'le'ishtoi Kasas Arvei Al Bishim. V'Seifa at the end is Gemilas Chasadim. The Chesiv it says in Devarim Lamed Dal the Pasuk Vav V'Yigaboy Sebagai. Zok the Gemara Darshim Samloi also Darshim Neiman Asav Moshe Rabbeinu L'Kanas L'Eretz Yisrael. Why did Moshe Rabbeinu have a desire to go into Eretz Yisrael, like it says in Devarim Perek Gimel Pasuk Chav Gimel, that he was Mischan al Hashem, he was asking, pleading with Hashem to go to Eretz Yisrael. Chilechem Peri Utzarach, did he want to eat from their food? So he spoya Metuva Utzarach, or did he want to get from the good in Eretz Yisrael? L'kacham Moshe, that's what Hashem told Moshe Rabbeinu told Hashem. Harbi mitzvahs in Stavi Yisrael. There's a lot of mitzvahs that the Yidden in Stava that were tluyus in Eretz Yisrael. It means they had to be in Eretz Yisrael to mekayim them. Emes kayim al Eretz Yisrael. Konasani la'aretz k'yishkayim b'kul al yadi. I'm like Kadosh Baruch Hu. Hashem told him, "Klumat ha'mavakesh al l'kabel schar." Do you want to be mekayim mitzvahs just to get the reward? Malini alecha kilo asisam. I'm considering it as if you did those mitzvahs, and you mekabel schar. Shenemar. It says a pasuk in Shayin on Gimel pasuk Yud Beis l'chein achal le'varam misatzum mikachal shol tachas shahar lamavos nashos poshim nimna v'uchet ram nasol poshim yafkia. So we dash and the pasuk is going on Moshe Rabbeinu l'chein achal le'varabim yachol. I might think that mukabel schar kachroinim that didn't get so much schar like Rishonim, not like the first ones that got a lot of schar. Taman loymar v'satzumim yichalek shol, that the core ones will get the shalom, get the reward. Like who? Like the Rishonim, like Avram, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Shematzumim b'Torah mitzvahs. They were stark with Torah mitzvahs. And this said it says that his schar was tachas hashahera lamavas nafshoi, meaning shemasar atzma lemisa. He gave himself over for misa because for the yidden mecheta egel. Shenemar it says in Shmois Parak Lamed Beis pasuk Lamed Beis im ayin mechinina ves poshim nimna shem nimna meisi midbar. And this that it says in Mekabel Schar Machas Uchet Rab Nasa Shekibal Maisa Ego. And this that it says Poshim Yafkia, that he's mispal for the Poshim Yisrael, meaning Shebikesh Rach Ma Poshim Yisrael Sheachs B'Shua. He davened that he should do tshuva, and you see that Yafkia is a lashon tefillah. In Bigia tefillah Shenemar it says the pasuk in Yirmiyah Perek Zayin pasuk Tezayin. Be'ato al Tespali Ba'adam Azeh V'al Tisa V'adam Rino Sfilo. The al tifka b'yasi. You see the tefillah, the pigia is a lashon tefillah. Hadran Allah hamekana le'ishtoi. Zokt, the new parak Hayamevi. So now that we just finished saying the first parak, the seder of bringing the Sota to the Azara, that was a discussion mostly in the first parak. So now it's going to speak over here in the seder of bringing her mincha and the dinim of the mincha that the Sota brings, and putting the afar in the mayim and writing the Megillah on the mayim and her shvua. So the Mishnah over now is going to bring different chalukim that you have between regla menachas and the mincha Sota. Zok the Mishnah, haya mevis minchasta. The husband, the Baal, would bring the mincha of his wife, the Sota, b'soich kefifa mitzvahs, in a basket that's made out of pieces of a decal. V'noisna yadel yaga, and he would put it on her hands in order to make her tired. Zok the Mishnah vayter, kol menachas tchilasan v'soifan b'klisharis. All menachas, when you bring them to Azara, at the beginning when you bring them, and the end when you have them in Azara before Kemitza, they are put in the klisharis. But v'zu, a mincha Sota tchilasa, when the Baal brings it, b'kfifa mitzvah, it's not in a klisharis, because it's not chashav enough. V'seifa, before the Kemitza, it's in the klisharis. Another difference between other menachas and the mincha Sota, kol menachas tu'unis shem l'lavayna. All menachas need to have, you have to be moisef on them shemen and levayna. V'zu, but a mincha Sota ain't atuna loy shemen loy levayna, does not get any shemen or levayna. Zok the Mishnah weiter. Kol menachas bois menachitin. All menachas come from chitin, from wheat. V'zu ba menasarim comes from barley. Minchas ha'omer, zok the Mishnah, av b'shabah menasarim, even though it comes from sa'irin, he hoisa ba geras. It would come. So although minchas ha'omer would come from sa'irin, but from barley, but it would come geras, means it would come very well fine sifted from the shells of the sa'irim. V'zu ba kemach, it would come all mixed up. It would be even having the shells included in the sa'irim. Gamliel says, Kashem shemaseh ma'isa behema, just like she did ma'isa behema, she was mafka herself as nos to somebody that's not her ben zuga, it wasn't her spouse, like a behema. So kach karbana ma'isa behema, so too her carbon also is a ma'isa behema. Zok the Gemara, what's the reason that the Mishnah said that the husband takes the sal mitzvahs and he puts it on in order to make it tired? Tanya abachon and oimer shumer belezer, ukol kach lama, kedei liyaga, kedei shetachzabo. In order that we want her to be tired, she won't have the emotional strength, and she will admit maybe that she was metame, and then she won't drink because the Torah has rachmanas on her. We don't want her to die this type of death in the bedika of the mayim. So Zok the Gemara, you can learn from this. And kacha chasa Torah al over ritzon. If this Torah had sympathy, had rachmanas on her, on people that do averis, even a Sota, although she was mezana kavachomer al ritzon, kavachomer on people that do Hashem's will, then you have to have rachmanas on them. Who mai the chasahu, l'shum the chasahu. So for the Gemara, who said the reason is because the Torah had rachmanas? Dilma kehechid like temachik Megillah. Maybe it's in order that the Megillah should not Megillah. We don't want the Megillah to get erased in Mayim because it's written B'Shem Hashem. So the Gemara Kasava, the Brisa holds Mashke v'achar kach makar v'smecha. So this Brisa holds that first the kohen will be Mashke v'Mayim, so you don't have the problem of erasing Hashem's name. V'achar kach makar v'smecha, and only then you makar the mincha. So it must be the reason Mayagei her, the reason why you make her tired is that she shouldn't die a menovel digamisa. The e mishum Megillah ha'mchikala. Because if it's out Megillah, it's already erased. Zok the Gemara weiter. So the Mishnah said that kol menachas chilasam v'seifim klishar. So the beginning and the end of it before Kemitza, the mincha is in a klishar. So fact more of a minu is a brisa that says to this Mishnah, and it says that seder menachas keta. What does seder menachas? Other maybe mincha mitech beisa. A person brings a mincha from his house when it's soilus, when it's flour, but klasais shall kesef in baskets of silver, shalzav, and noisna l'seich klisharis, and he puts it in azara into a klisharis, and mekachbe klisharis, and his meschav in that the kli is mekadosh mincha, and noisin aleh shamna, he puts, and the bailam puts the shemen, the luk shemen zayis for every yisar of soilus ovay nasa, and he puts a kaimis lavaina, a malichet al kain, and he brings it to the kain. because from here on, the avoid is only kosher a kohen. Kohen malichas mizbech. Kohen brings the mizbech, umagisha, and he brings it next to the mizbech. But even that, it's the geya, the kli touching the keren dremis maravis, the dremis maravis side of the mizbech. Kaneh the chudash al keren next to the point of the keren. V'dayan, it's enough. Umasalak sal avoyna, and he takes away the malavoyna. It's on the mincha. The tzad echad, he pushes it to one side of the kli, because he has to. The kohen has to do kemitza from the soilus and not from the avoyna. The kohen mitzvah makom shenis rabba shamna, and he takes kemitza from the area where there's a lot of oil. The noisnoi l'seich klisharis, and he puts the kohen into different klisharis. Umekashe b'klisharis, and he's mekashe in that klisharis. Umalaka l'slevaynasa, and he's malaka l'vayna from the first kli. The noisnal gav, and he puts it on top of the kohen, and then milas umizbech, brings mizbech, maleu umaktir b'klisharis, and he brings it with the levayna in it to the mizbeach when it's in the clean, or to maktir to mochoy, and he salts it of mizbeach before the aktara. The noisnal gav isha, and he puts it on the fire to the mizbeach. And the Brisa says, "Karab hakomitz." Once the komitz is karab on the mizbeach, sheyareh the leftover in the mincha, whatever's left over in the kli, when he took the komitz, nachal and gatzidin koyanim rashana kahanim litan l'seicha yaim b'shem advash, allowed to put into shirayim oil, wine, oil, and honey to make it sweet. Ve'in asur al chametz, in order to not be on the chametz the shirayim. So, fracting Gemara, Katani, the Brisa says, Katani Mia, B'klosh Kesef, Klosh Zav, that it was brought to the Azara in baskets of Kesef and baskets of Zav, and not in Klisharis. And it was that's a Klichum, Klosh Zav, Klosh Zav. And the Mishnah before, that's Chilas and Klisharis. After the Gemara, Marav Papa, Ema, say that the Mishnah does not mean Klisharis Mamish, rather, it brings a Bekalim or Uyin Klisharis. It doesn't mean klisharis mamish. It means kelim or uyin klisharis, that you can max Hashem to klisharis. So frekting amar, if that's the case, if that's what the Mishnah means, that all the menachos come in a kli that's royal klisharis. However, minchas hayta comes in a kvifa mitzvahs mechlal. So we see from this the kvifa mitzvahs leichazer. The kvifa mitzvahs is not royal to be klisharis. So ibezoi frekting amar, come on, who's the Mishnah going like? The like Rabbi Yosef Yehuda, it's not like Rabbi Yosef Yehuda. Tanya Klisharis Shasan Shal Eitz. Rabbi Yosef says that Klisharis are made from wood. Rabbi Pais, Rabbi Yosef Yehuda is machshir. So the Rabbi Yosef Yehuda is machshir even kfifa mitzvahs. So the Mishnah says kfifa mitzvahs is not really Klisharis. It's not Rabbi Yosef Yehuda. So Gemara feel the no. The Mishnah is going Rabbi Yosef Yehuda, even according to the Prophet's Teretz. Why? Because Ema Damar Rabbi Yosef Yehuda. This Rabbi Yehuda says to machshir klishari from eitz, from wood that's dafka b'chashuvin, b'kli eitz that are chashuv, but b'pchusin kalim that are not chashuv, like kfifa mitzvahs that's made out of pieces of wood that's not considered chashuv. Mi Omar, maybe Rabbi Yosef Yehuda doesn't hold kosher. In fact, in Gemara, lastly Rabbi Yosef Yehuda hakavei no lefechasecha lefechasecha. The Rabbi Yosef Yehuda not hold of a limit of pasuk Malachi parak al pasuk ches chistagishin iver lesbayach ein roa kavein al fechasacha yirtzacha. That from Techach of the Navi it's learned now that it's not right to makshir lesbayach davar maguna. Therefore he's not machshir klisharis that's made from something that's maguna. Okay, I'm sorry, it's not a kasha. But Zakti Gemara, Yosef Yehuda Taka agrees because of Hakavenu and all of Echasecha. Forget the Gemara is saying it's bringing a raya l'dvar. So a mela that as we could say like the Papa's Taretz. Zakti Gemara weiter. The Brisa says v'noisen l'klisharas and mekachim l'klisharas. You put in the klisharas, mekachim l'klisharas. Forget the Gemara Shmami no. We see from the Sloshim Klisharis a Mekachin. It's not Mekadosh, what you put inside them, Elamidas. Only if the Noisin has a mind that it should be Mekadosh. But the Etzim HaNacha in the Klisharis is not Mekadosh automatically. And L'chor is Machlekas HaMiram. And L'chor the Brisa holds Kedivriya, and where the Klisharis is Mekadosh Elamidas. So the Gemara, Eimon, that no. The Brisa means Noisin Klisharis, L'kachim Klisharis. The Brisa means that he puts it in klisharis in order to mikash in klisharis, because all you did that he puts it in klisharis, it's miskadeshes by itself without his das. And the hanacha and the kiddush is not two separate things. Zok the Bryce of item. Also, he puts Shem al Levayna. So Zok Gemara, what's the Makar that a Zar is kosher to put to Shem al Levayna? You don't have to have a coin for that. Shenamar, because it says Vayikra Parak Beis Pasuk Alpha Yotzag Aleh Hashem V'Nasan Levayna. And only after that, V'Haviyal B'nei Aharon, it brings it to B'nei Aharon. Zok the Gemara, Vaytam Alicha Yitzal Koyin, and he brings it to a Koyin, and afterwards the Bailim brings the Mincha to a Koyin, and the Koyin does the Avodas. Like the Gemara, how do you learn it out? What do you know from? The Chsiv, it says after the Tzikas Hashemen, in Vayikra Parak Beis Pasuk Beis, V'Haviyal B'nei Aharon. Zaktimar Avaita v'koyim alichan is the Mizbeach. He brings it to the Mizbeach because Zaktimar, where do you know that the mincha needs to have hagasha to Mizbeach? The Chsiv says of Yikra Parak Beis Pasuk Ches v'gisha al Mizbeach. Zaktimar Avaita Magisha b'Karen Dorim Smaravas neged the Chuda shel Karen v'Daya next to the point of the Karen Dorim Smaravas of Mizbeach. Zak the Gemara Manola, and how do you know that the hagasha is Karen Dorim Smaravas on Mizbeach? So the Gemara, the Chsiv, because it says Vayikra Parak Vav Pasuk Zayin V'Zoyis Toras HaMincha Hakrei Oisa B'nei Aharon L'Fnei Hashem L'Pnei HaMizbeach. And we learned in the Brisa. This says L'Fnei Hashem Yachal B'Marav. I might think that you could bring it to the western wall, the Marav wall in the Mizbeach, which is L'Fnei Hashem, because Mechav Neged the Heichal, which is in the Marav Azara. And there's nothing being mafsik. Like the Gemara Talmud Loimer, it says al Pnei HaMizbeach. It has to bring the tzad Pnim of the Mizbeach, the inner side of the Mizbeach, which is a Durham side, which is where the Kevesh is, which is the Pnei Mizbeach. So like the Gemara, I al Pnei HaMizbeach Yachol B'Durham. I might think that should be on the Durham, which Pnei Mizbeach. Talmud Loimer Pnei Hashem has to also be the Pnei Hashem Neged the Heichal. So how could you make both of those things, the Pnei Hashem and Pnei HaMizbeach? You bring it on the Durham Ma'ariv side, neged the point of the Karen, neged the corner of the Karen, and this way you get both of them. It's L'Fnei Hashem because it's near the Heichal, it's facing the Heichal, but it's also a little bit Durham because it makes a Pnei Mizbeach v'Daya, and that's enough. So Gemara, we have another Brisa that tells us dinner. Rabbi Loza says that since it says L'Fnei Hashem is being Rabbis Tamayriv, and it says Al Pnei Mizbeach, which is Rabbis Adarim, Yochel Yagishena, where you, I might think maybe just bring it where you want. Mravish or Karen, L'Dremish or Karen, either one is fine, either Dharam or Ma'ariv of the Karen. Amarta is like the Gemara, can I answer like this? No, because Kama Shata Moitza Shnei Mikrois, wherever you find two psukim, Echad Mekayim Atzmoi, the Mekayim Divrei Chaver. One of them is Mekayim itself, and it's Mekayim the other pasuk. The Echad Mekayim Atzmoi Mevatel Divrei Chaver. And if you Mekayim one and you Mevatel Divrei Chaver, and then what do you do? Manichas Shemekayim Atzmoi Mevatel Chaver. You leave that one alone. If you Mevatel one, it's Mevatel, and then if you Mekayim one, it's Mevatel alone. But Tovzin Shemekayim Atzmoi Mekayim Chaver, and you go with the tzad that you Mekayim Divrei Atzmoi, and you also Mekayim the other one. Bedarim, then Kiyamto Fnei B'Mayr. The Kiyamto Fnei Hashem B'Mayr. So Haketa, what do you do? Makisha, the Dorim Shal Karen, you bring it to the Dharma of the Karen. Heichen Kiyamto. And how in this way, if you bring it to the Dharma Shal Karen, how you Mekayim Fnei Hashem? The Chori Dharma Mizbeach is not more the Heichal. It's not opposite the Heichal. Marvash Ksava Hai Tana Kul Mizbeach. What's fine? He holds that this Tana holds that the whole Mizbeach was in Safin Azara, and it would finish up into the middle of Azara. So the Heichal was the middle of Azara, and therefore, if somebody that's standing on the Durham side of the Mizbeach, then he's neged the Pesach Heichal, and the male is considered L'Fnei Hashem. So slightly different shot Rabbi Loza is saying. So Zakti Gemara Vayt, the Brisa said that you bring the mincha to a Karen Dorim Smaravas from Mizbeach v'Daya, and it's enough. Zakti Gemara Mai v'Daya, what does it mean it's enough? What else could you do with a mincha? What else is there to do? The Tana's coming to say v'Daya, it's enough. You already did enough. Zakti Gemara after the Gemara Amar Vashi Itzrich. Brisa say v'Daya Kosholtay Chamino Tiboy Yagoshas Mincha Gufa. I might think that you have to magash the mincha itself to the Mizbeach. That you have to actually take the kli that it's in until it touches the Mizbeach, till the Mincha. You have to like spill to the end of the Kli until the Mincha touches the Mizbeach. Kamash Malon, the Tana, that it's enough that you just bring the Kli next to the corner. It doesn't have to mamish be like, Zakti Gemara. Kamash Malon, yeah, Kamash Malon. In fact, the Gemara ve'em hachanami efshataka. Maybe that's what you have to do. So the Gemara on my cross there's a pasuk in Vayikra Parak Beis pasuk design. V'kriva ala koyin, v'kriva ala koyin, v'yigisha ala mizbeach. So the Torah is makish havas hamincha to the koyin to hagasha, to teach you that ma hakrava itzel koyin, just like you bring it to the koyin, the bailam is just magisha in the kli, just hands him over the kli. So to hagasha itzel mizbeach also means bekli, but not that the mincha inside the kli actually has to touch a mizbeach. Zok the Gemara says also that in Masala because levinasa tzadecha, the Brisa said that you push levina separated from the kamitza. Before the kamitza, you push levina from one side. Zok the Gemara, what's the reason? This way, when you're done the kohen does kamitza, should not be kohen from the levina. Bahadi mincha together with the mincha. Tanan kamatz v'alav b'yad tzar. It says in the Mishnah that if you kind of kamitza and a stone goes in his hand, oy garger melach, or a piece of melach, oy karet levina, or a piece of levina, the halach is that it's possible. Why? Because the kaimitz is chaser the makam halavina. Because that's not considered kamitza. Taking from levina is not considered kamitza. And it says in Menachos Daf Chavzayin, hakaimitz miyutay ma'akav es serubai. That even a miyut of missing of kaimitz ma'akav is a roib. And the halach is that it's possible. So the Mishnah said that kaimitz makom shenis rabasham. It does kamitza where there's a lot of oils. Like the Gemara Manol, and how do you know? I have to take kamitza from that area. The chsiv, it says the pasuk Vayikra Parak Beis pasuk Beis, the kamatz misalto mishamna. The hikdir, it says megirsa mishamna. So you see all over that he has to take also from the shemen. So the Gemara Vayita v'noisno yosech klisharis and mekach klisharis. It said also in the Brisa he has to put in the klisharis and mekachim klisharis. Fred Gemara Lama Li, why is it mekachim klisharis ha kitcha? He's ready mekadosh the whole mincha chada zimna when he put it the first time in klisharis and the kaimitz l'chor is included. Everything was already in there. So the Gemara mida hava adam. It's like you find lagabe dam karbanis. Just like dam afal gav the kadishte sakim mitzar behima, even though the sakin, the knife, when you do the shechita on the animal, it's mekadosh dam in the neck of the behema. Kol makom hadar makdash le b'klisharis. You still have to go again once poured into klisharis and be makdash it again. Hachanami leishnasa. Here also, even though you read in mekadosh mincha the first time you put into klisharis and all the ingredients are already in there, you still have to chayzer mekadosh kaimitz in another klisharis. Zok the Gemara, the Brisa also said that before Aktaras Kaimitz has to malaka the lavaina and then put it on top of the kmitza. The chsiv, because it says a pasuk in Vayikra Paragvav pasuk ches, v'heim imenu kubzayin, it says v'yiskol alvaina shalom mincha v'hikdar mizbeach. So you see they have to makta them together.